Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Walk me out, they laid a big smile, no handcuff by
welcome
officers.
back.
Hold on, wait. They lost the script, we got some shooters.
Bow.
It's off the hip. Yeah. Oh, chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything.
We are here for another Monday Night Raw recap. Unwelcome your thoughts off the hip. March 24, 2025.
And may I say, oh, what a time it is to be alive on a Monday afternoon from Glasgow, Scotland.
And with no further ado, let's get into it, Chad. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could say it's been those ooh-wee feels. Like I usually start with the ooh-wee. I don't got that energy the last two episodes. Maybe, yeah, the last two.
As much as I hate to admit it, I think this is one of those times where, because the final boss is looming, in a time where we should be excited for WrestleMania, it's a very weird feeling.
And it's a very unprecedented time. Like, I don't think no time ever have we been on the road to WrestleMania overseas.
Not this late. I don't, to my knowledge. Maybe after Mania, but never right before.
That the Raws and SmackDowns are from different countries, that's unique in itself. Like literally each week we're getting a different country. First we got Spain on about 2 or 3 weeks ago for SmackDown. Then we get Brussels when Cody and Cena first faced off in the ring after the Elimination Chamber.
Then we get Bologna, Italy. Then we get Barcelona, I believe. And now here we are in Glasgow.
hmm
And that's just for the Raw and SmackDown. They've been doing live events too.
Yeah, they've been all over the place. So to me, it's kind of like I'm gonna get to it later with the whole CM Punk promo, but it's been weird how they've been choosing to place some superstars out here in the build-ups. We ain't touch on Friday's show. I felt like just what I told you off air, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sokoa. I think we all seen that friction building there. I don't know why it took so long, why some of the things are happening. We now seen tonight some more crossover regarding Jey Uso and Gunther's match. Could there be some potential things going on there?
I think that one was happily anticipated because, again, tradition during the Big Four's history, you see a lot of cross-branded shows. Like, you see folks appear on both shows just because, again, tis the season.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
what we got this was a very pleasant surprise. Again, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get the Song of Old, but that may come at a later time. I'm still
Yeah,
surprised that we actually made it 2 years without them tagging together.
I mean, they
It seems like it's been forever,
yeah,
and
in
they
the
didn't
two
miss a
on
beat.
two in the 2-on-2 setting, yeah. But they did do a few, they got with Roman again. But
No,
yeah,
no,
I
no, no,
get
no,
it.
no, 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 no. I'm talking one of the most decorated tag
Usos.
teams the WWE has ever had. One of the best tag teams of all time, respectfully.
It just didn't feel like it today with the entrance and like I would have if they gonna bring both of them tonight. I'd have wished that they used their day one shit just for
Right.
one night only. If that's what it was gonna be.
And again, especially since we're teasing, as we'll get to it down the road, the crash out Jay. Imagine if Jay came in with the no U glasses, with the all black, the day one ish, and once the crowd sees that, then and then when Jim pops out, they fucking explode.
Man, that'd be crazy.
Like, and then you would Mac Bianco probably would have lost her voice that match, and that was the beginning of the damn show. Like, could you imagine? But again, maybe they're saving that for when the time is right because this is about Jay, not the both of them. Jimmy is just a chapter in the story in the book of Jay. Again, I mean no disrespect by that. This is just
Yeah,
the route for this show. There will be a time when they come together full circle, but right now is not it.
man. Let's start off the show. We got, like you said, the same music tonight. John Cena coming out, farewell tour, Glasgow shirt.
Did you notice anything different by his demeanor when he was walking to the ring?
Honestly,
And I wish
like,
I could remember who I first saw this from on Twitter, but the way he was holding that towel is the same way that he held the spinner belt when he went into the ECW arena 2006 at One Night Stand against Rob Van Dam. This, do you remember the one where we seen the signs? If Cena wins, we
we
riot,
riot. Yeah.
and arguably one of the most hostile crowds WWE has ever put on their airways.
Hmm.
Like he was getting death threats. You hear death threats walking as he's walking down the apron. And he's holding the belt just like this, his head down, the brim low. Like I know what I'm getting myself into. I've accepted the consequences and the ramifications.
I felt like I kind of melded in. I heard him with the same music again, and then I'm be honest, it don't help that they spoil you his merchandise online before the show. Like, you could see it maybe the Sunday or early that Monday afternoon. Like, they'll put John Cena's merch. So like for the last 2 weeks, I kind of already knew he wasn't gonna have a new appearance. I
Well,
just,
you see, he's got a new shirt out now.
yeah, just like, come on, man. They got the London, like,
No, 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 like an actual different shirt.
yeah. But it's been different though. Like last week, he had the burgundy
No, no,
shirt.
no, 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 no. On They released a different shirt. The last real champion.
Oh well, I mean, yeah. If that's his gonna be now, he's switching up from the showing love to the cities. Then we getting something there.
No, no,
We
no, no.
getting
I'm thinking again, especially since next is probably the end of the UK tour. That's probably what he's gonna be rocking from this moment forward. He's the last real champion. And I got to thinking when I saw that shirt, I can name three guys presently on the roster that could have a say in that specific title. CM Punk, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns.
mm,
And again, maybe he's just giving Easter eggs as to who his next opponents are going to be in these next few months. Who knows? But before we dive into that, it is safe to say that The Rock and Travis's inclusion at the Chamber was ultimately meaningless.
as of now,
In
it feels
hindsight,
that way.
whether it's hindsight or not, if this was the move all along right here, or even if he was just gonna just wing it, Rock and Travis to me are coming off as meaningless in this.
For sure. I mean, there's no story there. There's nothing. We haven't gotten a clue. Nothing from all three of them.
And the only clue is what Cena's coming out and Travis Scott low tops now. That's the Easter egg. Okay.
Again, I would have liked, if not a whole mission statement, at least like a head nod or a wink towards the mission statement. Like, you know what I mean? We coming to take over. Don't tell us what you coming to take over. Something. It just
Now,
feels like,
maybe that happens after Mania when he was 17. But at minimum, at minimum, have them walk with John down that aisle into the ring. They just stand in each corner, or at least rock. And Cena cuts the same promo. Cody mouths off to him right in return, and the Rock's just sitting there, very stoic, just going, "Okay, okay," and just that's that. But something,
because this shouts two things to me: laziness And the second is, well, we still got shirts that we made already. We gotta sell these things. We
Shirts don't
already
mean a
done,
damn thing.
we already put these
That's
designs
already
in.
set in stone. That
So why continue to wear them? Why continue to have this presentation?
well again, the presentation does. That's not my concern. My concern is again, if Rock and Travis, or at least Rock, was somewhat relevant in this last week and this week. You have him escort John to the ring. They just stand in the corner. We hear the same promos that we heard this week and last week. Cody comes out and says the exact same shit, and Rock is becomes somewhat to Cena what Heyman is to Rock or Roman. Like a council saying, "Hey, no, don't do that. We're on our time. Our time is where the most money is. Our time is what's best for business." Because Cena touched on that after the Rumble in that press conference. This would have been the perfect time to reiterate that statement.
I mean, I hear you there. I just can't imagine how it's been in the play for him to go heel and then have all of these babyface shirts made for him. That don't make sense.
Well, again, remember he's playing victim, so in his mind, it's like this is the last time you're ever going to see me. I'm never going to city ever again. I'm here because I have to be here.
But then
Like
that's also why
there's
it's
ways they could have
laziness
tied
to
all
me.
this in.
And it feels like it's 5 years too late. Like at the height of the Cena,
Uh,
let's go Cena, Cena sucks when people really wanted him to turn, I would have accepted this. The last 5 years, I haven't heard that many Cena suck chants for this.
well,
Oh, I'm the
they said it for
crowd
sport.
is
That's it.
fickle. What happened?
They said it for sport, just because it's a fun thing to do. Much
Yeah,
like as he touched on the Invisible Man jokes,
but he's
the man
profited
that
off
can't be
that.
seen. Right,
It's a whole
but
character in WWE. They made a whole commercial off of it last year to promote the game.
right, because the Invisible Man that was Super Cena,
Hmm
the man that can't be seen,
There's an action figure out right now. That's a clear John Cena toy.
and
It's the invisible.
that same thing is a 100 overall in 2K25.
Yeah. So Cena has profited. So it
Like
doesn't make
if
sense.
you want to get down to some nitty gritty, whatever, Roman has God mode and Cena's got this,
Hmm
and The Rock is The Rock. So again, like if we're looking at the essential gods of wrestling, these are it right now.
hmm So a few years ago, I would have bought this Cena promo, but right now, when the crowd's been behind you and they've been, it kind of hits like that Jacob promo from a few months ago when he was coming at the crowd talking about, oh, I'm tired of the disrespect and, oh, like
Yeah,
it, what disrespect? Oh, the crowd has been loving you.
right.
It kind of feels like that to me right now. But
And again, like I said, if The Rock's just presence in the ring, just standing there, that would have rectified most of this. And
it
then,
would
like
have.
I said, and even with this week's promo, when Cody wants to just throw hands with Cena, Rock just says, "Let's go, let's work on our time because our time is best for business." Like I said, you keep building on the best for business. Why? Because it worked for Seth and the Authority 10 years ago. It's worked for Triple H for the last 30 years, give or take. Best for business. That is essentially the embodiment of the corporation.
Now, you know what I find real bizarre about this? It doesn't have to be the exact build from last year, meaning we don't got to see somebody getting their ass whipped after the show goes off the air and see the remaining footage on. But what I do find weird is that Elimination Chamber, y'all chose to jump this man, beat him down. And Cody has not once, chose to slap, do anything to John Cena. I find that like for y'all being in close proximity, it's a kind of but I say this in the same token though. Cody has been holding his own, which has been surprising me. I don't know why Cena hasn't chosen to cook him on a
That's been the most alarming part for me.
he's kind of just been like, all right,
Like, we know Cena can be nasty on the mic. I mean, think about it. It took Roman a decade to recover from what Cena did to him. It took him 10 years to shake that. Cody is a seasoned veteran. Like, this ain't no rookie on the job, John. Like this is one of your peers. Like this, he's been in the game almost as long as you. This is in his blood. He's been in longer than you.
because he's been
It's okay to cut that knife a little deeper with him.
in this short little time he's gotten, he's hitting him with some one-liners that maybe it could change when it comes down to WrestleMania. But last week he told him, "Who are you?" This week he told him, "You're walking out with no championship, just like you're gonna walk out of WrestleMania with no championship."
Or you say you're gonna take it from them, but don't you gotta get it from me first? Like
Now I do feel like John looked a little bit. I'm not gonna say he was uncomfortable, but for me, it might like me just looking. I felt this promo was more comfortable delivery by John tonight. I didn't
well,
see that fake prosperous shit he did. Remember the first line? Oh, when you're so grounded, you don't have to worry about. He didn't get to none of that bullshit. He skipped over that bullshit. He just he
I
came.
would have doubled down because again, you are the victim. You want to keep up with these motivational speeches like you do on Twitter that
I'm
I
there
try to
with you.
retweet every day.
I just don't want too much of. It's just gonna feel too much of a lot if you're doing that. You're complaining, crying victim, and then you're pounding on your chest. I am eat, sleep, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up.
And then you
Like,
go let the nepo baby cook your ass like last week's dinner.
and then just walk out with your head tucked, like you tuck tail, like you tucking, like it's just too much all in one. If you're gonna be that prosperous, show me that. If you're gonna be like a real villainous,
And a
fuck
part
the
of me
crowd.
feels like they're gonna wait till they're back in the States to do that. Now the question is, will that be too late? We'll see. But
Nah,
John's gonna have a lot of ground to make up for. Now, could he do it? Yes. Is he gonna need to pull out all the stops? Yes.
he's gonna have to dig into that. I hate to say, cause like I said, I don't want the build up to be the same. But with the way this is going, it's gonna have to get physical at some point before Mania. For like,
I wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe the last week or whatever,
yeah,
but
the
still, it's
last
like
week, yeah.
even then, it's like when they come back to the States, if Cena's not gonna do it in London next week, he's gonna have to just unleash hell on the mic. Like again, like I said, this is the man that supposedly had the golden shovel. If that man had any shred of existence, we need to see that man. You joke about the invisible man. I want the man with the golden shovel, the man that
Yeah,
buried careers.
you're not lying. The one that was United States champion, holding down that mid card type, making everybody elevate their game. And while he was still that champion, he was facing that the main events is the Seth Rollins,
The
everybody
dude,
else that.
no, no, I'm talking the dude that told some dude in NXT he couldn't do the burning hammer because it looked too similar to his AA, and he allegedly he told him, "If you don't, I will get you fired."
He want me like that real the
No, I don't know.
politician scene it.
That was supposedly the story with that.
I could believe it.
Because again, the OGs say protect your finisher. No two should look the same. Keep them special. And
Yeah, that
again,
was that.
Cena was bred from that cloth.
Yeah, and that's how it was, like in them eras right there. Even Hogan said it on Pat McAfee show. Like you had to protect your spot. That was the nature of the business. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was.
A few prime examples. How many people have kicked out of the F5? I
Not
know
that.
you. I know you're not well accustomed to a New Japan, whatever. But when he was in New Japan, how many people kicked out of the Woman Angel?
Mm.
I could be
Saying
mistaken,
Kenny,
but
Kenny. I've never
only
really
one
seen
person that
nobody.
kicked out of it.
Yeah, that was that. That's another fire finisher to me because it is what it is. A finisher. Like you're not really supposed to see people kick out of finishes.
Like it's okay to attempt it and miss it, but when it hits, that's night night.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I could be mistaken. I don't know if Okada did it, but I know for a fact Kota Ibushi did it. And everyone's going, wait a minute. I get the homeboys, but he ain't doing the honors. Oh shit! Or again, another one. How many people kicked out of the tombstone by Taker?
Only the elite.
And even then, they had to earn it.
And it was at a Mania match or some shit. If that. Like a Shawn, one of the high stake Triple H, the high stakes of matches.
For the most part, I think Sister Abigail is pretty protected too. Randy with the RKO.
Yeah, it should these are things that are taken lightly when doing their maneuvers and finishes. Like you said, it should be bow, night night Irene. Nothing else to talk about. But Cena, he needs to. I think. Look, you said you showed me that shirt, last real champion. I think it's funny how that shirt is in the colorway of red, white, and blue. Maybe that's for the United States Championship.
Not only that, there's another slogan that he had that was that very same colorway that is on these shirts for the UK shows. Rise
What
above
rise above
hate.
hate? Yeah. Did you see Cody's new shirt or his new gear that they promoting? The captain. I mean, it's interesting. It's gonna be like a
I'll give it
again,
a
like I
chance.
said,
I'll give it a
my
chance.
only
Although I will
concern.
say this, that black suit with the navy blazer, Cody, well done.
Yeah, he was crispy out there. Suit game proper. My only concern, like I said, is I just want everybody to be okay with what's about to happen and not complain later. Which is we're gonna give Cena 17, and then Cody's gonna win it back from him.
What if we don't?
If we don't, I don't think. To me, I didn't really see nobody else taking it off him this year except a Punk, Roman Reigns, possibly Seth Rollins. Anybody else? I mean, a successful year for Cody. It would have had to been The Rock, somebody. I told you, take the belt off Cody versus in the Kevin Owens ladder match. You
I
screw him
said it
over
as
then.
Survivor Series against Rock.
Yep. But I like this build up, what they're able to do with him and Cena. But I'm just saying, going forward, you give 17 to Cena and then have Cody beat him. Cody just ends up with the championship all over again for people that don't enjoy Cody's reign now.
Who says he gets it next?
Who, Cody?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he don't.
Again, think about it. The names you mentioned: Seth, Punk, Rock, Roman. Maybe Randy passes Triple H.
I just feel like Cena helped put over those other people already. He hasn't helped put over Cody.
Who says he has to?
I mean, ain't that what the business is about, they say?
And Cena says, "I'm getting selfish this year. I'm doing what's best for business." Maybe
Talk about it.
maybe his move ain't the right move that's going to make the most money. I said it
Talk about it. Talk about it.
because again, like I said, there's some. Yeah, Cody is the top babyface, but you telling me he's moving more merchant shit than The Rock, than Roman Reigns, than Randy Orton, than CM Punk, than Seth Rollins, maybe a Drew McIntyre, maybe a Jey Uso. There's a
Mm.
lot of names I can easily put ahead of Cody after this is all said and done at Mania.
I mean, it's a very interesting problem to
Who's to
have.
say it ain't a Braun Breaker versus John Cena for the gold?
Mm.
Saying.
I mean, if he's putting over a younger talent, then I'm for it. It just wouldn't make sense for like, let's say Cena versus Rock, third time in a lifetime somehow. Whoa.
It's funny you mentioned that because again, I wish I remembered the source of this, but SummerSlam this year, okay? If I'm not mistaken, it's the first 2 night one, correct?
Yes.
It's gonna be in MetLife. Okay. Do you know what happened in MetLife?
Their WrestleMania match, no?
Rock Cena 2.
Yep. Hmm. That history in that building. I mean, cause look, they donned it once in a lifetime,
Twice in a
once in a
lifetime.
lifetime. Then it could be the good old trips in a lifetime.
You can go thrice. You can go the last time in a lifetime or whatever. I mean, we had Triple H, Shawn Taker with the end of an era.
Yeah.
You can give this one a clever name.
I mean, yeah, and then right there, that opens the gate for Roman and Rock, if that's the route that they want to go
Or
down.
again, I'm gonna be honest. After Mania, I'd rather see Rock versus Cody for the belt than Cena Cody too. Right now, that seems like the more tantalizing bout I'd want to watch
Yeah, and I'm gonna be
because
honest,
of the
bro.
history
Like,
that's already been set before us from last year's build up.
there's one thing we can't ignore about Cody feuds. There's been series. Unless I'm smoking, it seems like he's been caught up with people in series. Like we could look back at Seth Rollins when he debuted. They ran it 3 times. He gets to Roman Reigns. They run it. Brock Lesnar,
Twice.
they ran it. Him and AJ Styles ran it. Kevin Owens and him ran it.
Yeah, yeah, but there's nothing wrong with Cena being that one exception.
Oh yeah, I'm there with you. I'm just giving you like my thought process is why I think they would like really go back to it with Cody and Cena again. Especially like this kind of is money. I'm not gonna say there's not money here. It's just it feels a bit odd with the final boss was there,
Like I
Travis
said,
Scott. Yeah, you said it. Maybe if we took all of that away and we still get this, I'm not questioning nothing because now
again,
I could be
let me
invested
ask
to
the
what
folks
Cena's
in
saying.
chat real quick. Just say Rock and Travis don't appear at the chamber, and Cena wins the chamber. Cody comes out to agree, and there's some all that. Then out of nowhere, Cena kicks him in the nuts and powders out, and that's how we close the show. And we're going, John, what the hell are you doing? Fade to black.
It would have been perfect. Because then now this story he's telling of the fans turning on me, I would believe it a little bit more because you just lost the Royal Rumble. They're chanting for Jay Uso now.
The We
I would
Want
have bought
Cody
into
chant.
it so fucking much more.
And like you said today, yeah, you cheer for the new shiny toy while you're trying to put me behind the pasture.
But again, with this final boss, this this group that we're formulating in our minds, this new thing, this new hot spice since the NWO, since the Hogan turn. Because I'm be honest, community, I love the talk, but I just couldn't help to keep analyzing and looking at the situation. Maybe it's gonna take years, but immediate upon impact,
In the
Hulk
in the heat
Hogan,
in the heat of the moment, again, we were caught in the moment. But again,
it started a war. Hulk Hogan's shit.
Hogan reinvigorated his career. Whereas Cena, he's riding up into the sunset. It's apples and oranges already.
That's another difference that I didn't really think about. Because I was thinking about the impact it had on the business. Like,
That's the other part of it. So again, like if you think about it, it's you already over two in that comparison already.
so like you said, we kind of prisoners of the moment, rightfully so. This is one of probably the biggest turns of our generation or some of the younger generations to watch. But to me, I think you can't say that that was bigger than what we seen on that episode of Nitro when it happened, or like just that era. Like it was crazy. So I mean, I don't know, man. These are things that we gotta wait and see with Cena because that story's not done. This story is gonna continue. We just gotta wait and
Keep
see how it
saying,
plays
keep
out.
saying, wait and see, motherfucker. We 3 weeks from Mania.
The
You
funny
got
thing
you got you
about
got to
it,
start putting some pedal to the metal.
yeah, the only thing that could save Grace here is that I feel if they really put the gas on it, like what I mean by that is like, okay, we committing heavy. Cena's gonna win the championship, and we're gonna see the best heel. It's almost like if y'all don't do that, if he just wins the championship and it's still kind of feeling watered down with that whole situation, I'm not sure how this is going to be received. I'm
So,
not
so
sure.
let me ask you this real quick, or it's a two-part question. One, they announced a venue or a city for Backlash, correct?
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri,
Okay. Can you see where I'm going with this already?
and they already got them on the poster.
If John wins 17, do we go Cena and Randy in St. Louis?
That'll give.
Cena's hands down, aside from Edge, and Lord,
I'm.
I'll get to him later if we have time.
They creeping
But
up. Mm.
the greatest rivalry Cena's ever had, again, you could maybe for sake of conversation, you throw CM Punk in there as well. But folks, the beef between Cena and Randy was stuff of legend because that was 1A and 1B right there.
Listen, if they found a way to write Cody off of television, where okay, he lost the championship and we don't know when we're gonna see him. Perfect.
And that's one of those matches where, honestly, I wouldn't care who wins. I don't care if Randy ties Triple H. I don't care if Cena retains. If this is the final time we're going to get these two together, I want to see it. The sooner the better.
I mean, that was always their story too, though. Like
Yeah.
the training champ, like fighting for championships, they were always neck and neck right there. The
They
last time they
unified the
combined,
belt.
yeah, the last time they unified them, ladder match, Authority, Randy Orton, like man, like it's so much there with them too. So I wouldn't be mad at that at all, especially right now, 2025. This the
And
time to
again,
do it.
it's in Randy's hometown. If we're going to go full blast with this heel Cena, can you imagine seeing Super Cena in St. Louis beating the piss out of Randy?
Man, that'd be
Oh my
crazy.
God, you're gonna need the cops to escort him out that city.
It'd be turned up too. I'm
Road dog,
surprised
I'm
that
telling you, we're
they.
negotiable.
I'm surprised that they went with the St. Louis for Backlash. It was just like kind of random after all of the other ones were overseas. But fuck it, we'll get one
Well,
back in the
again,
states.
thinking
I'll
about
take that.
all these cities out here going and saying, hey, you got good fan bases here. We got city venues that can hold 40 plus thousand people. How much money you need? Shit, we got that, no problem. You don't
Listen,
think we got it, but believe me, we got it. Or we will have it by the time you want the money.
if that's was the betterment for the sport, I'm with it because ultimately I'm a firm believer that the company needs to make these deals happen to keep delivering us this great content
And
and
all
we're
these
receiving
PLEs
it.
are going to the highest bidder.
Yeah, bro. Look at all the drones and stuff that they don't gotta put like I mean it's just the little things. I'm over here talking about drones, right? But it adds to the ambiance of what you watching for the night. You get to really see when you text me the layout of the arena, and then when they set you said it, you like they're gonna use the drone in there, and then when you get to see it, you like wow, watch it from home, like
Like I'm gonna like
wow,
when I'm at Raw in a couple weeks, I'm gonna try to get a video of just the drone moving and grooving. I'm gonna
yeah,
try
I seen it too. It's kind of groovy, like it looks pretty like small. You don't really notice it.
because it blends in with the dimmed out roof.
Yeah, like there's, you know what I mean? Unless there's too many obstructing things in the air, but they navigated pretty well. I haven't seen no. I mean, they probably early on. I think I remember some botches with the drone camera view, but
Because
everything's been
you gotta
money.
learn how to steer it and aim it. But again, they learn real quick.
Oh yeah, everything's been money with those camera views. So again, it's just the little things you gotta appreciate. So for me, all of these bidding wars, I'm not necessarily one that cares anymore about the time. Like today,
I just wish the tickets were
4
at
p.m.
least 50 to 80 bucks cheaper. That's all.
That yeah, that's the only. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, that's ridiculous because we can't even hear commentary. Like at least treat this shit like a fucking a concert, a headset concert or something where or something, man, where we could fucking just like, can we hear commentary? I see no bullshit. I see motherfuckers at shows like this. They got Netflix open with their
Yeah,
headset on to hear commentary.
yeah, I've seen that.
Like, And
So
that's not bad, but for the price, Jesus Christ.
so now I get that this may be an antiquated thing, but I'm sure Triple H and they got the resource to modernize this. So when I was living back east, I happened to go see an opera at the Met Opera House,
Mm,
and I don't know if you've been there or not, but on the seats, whatever, they got this little ticker on the chairs, whatever. So if you're on the front row, it'll be on the little guardrail area, but it'll be on every seat, whatever, so everyone can see, and it'll have subtitles of the dialogue being portrayed from the commentary
mm.
in multiple languages. Now I'm sure
Yeah,
WWE
see, that's
can
needed.
can invest or do something to have little mini monitors on those areas for specifically for commentary if you want to indulge in that.
Yeah, that'd definitely be an upgrade right there. Cause again, the price that we pay at these shows, and you know what I'm saying, it's like it's a pretty penny, and it keeps going up. It
Yeah.
keep going up. But I mean, how do you
But
feel
at
about
this
that
point, what's
overall?
cheaper, WWE, PLE, or Raw, SmackDown, or a UFC pay per view? Because it's pretty close to being the same.
Yeah, man, probably WWE for now, unless it's WrestleMania. But
Shit, no, no, I
I
gave
tried
up
to
on.
go to U. I mean, I think you see, it's kind of hard to ask somebody that lives in New York or Cali. I think, cause I think Chicago got probably the highest ticket, right, compared to anywhere else.
I was gonna say they're gonna be in Miami in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we had to figure out how the prices, cause like over here, bro, anything is just like it feels like everything is just. I tried to go see the Locks versus Dipset in the versus battle. That was like, you know what I mean? I'm
And
like,
and
bro,
that place wasn't even that big.
it was in the same place that they did NXT Roadblock in the same arena, bro.
Hmm.
Crazy. But how'd you feel about that opening promo though? Like overall, to like set the tone between them two right there. I think Cena saying he wanted to retire the title was genius.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
Flaccid, what's up, Flaccid?
now I do want to see him bring back the spinner belt.
As a lifelong Cena fan, he hurting my feelings with this, bro.
So the cheapest UFC ticket plus taxes is probably give or take $400.
Oh my. The cheapest ticket is $400. Like to be upstairs, like
And
if you've
that's
never
not that's
been in the
nosebleed.
nosebleed, if you've
That is
never been in the
nosebleed.
nosebleed, I ain't gonna lie. One time I almost fell off the nosebleed. I was scared. Like I was walking so high, I caught that vertigo where like I almost lost balance, and I had to grab the chair in front of me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you so high up in the sky. Like what we doing? My brother, what's the word, Snake? We got
I
Snake
love
Eyes in the
it.
building.
I love it.
Yes,
What's the word,
sir.
bro?
What's up, my brothers?
Ain't
Yeah.
nothing, man.
Hey, man, I just had to come and stop into the show. Seeing you brothers live, see the notification. Shout out to Off the Hip. Y'all know I am a third party of this show. I just be busy and I just don't show up. So what? I show up. HD tax me. I don't get
Come on,
paid,
that's
but it's
family
okay.
right there, baby. Come on.
Yeah, I don't get paid, but it's okay. You know what I mean? So it
Yes.
ain't like I don't
Yes.
show up.
Yes.
I
We'll
don't get
get
paid.
there.
So yeah, shout out to the boss HD. Shout out to my nigga Razor. Um, it's a lot been going on. Like a lot.
Let
Talk
them
about
know
it.
how you feeling about this.
Where y'all at with it, man? I just want to say this another thing. So I'm about to drop an exclusive bomb on y'all niggas.
Oh yeah.
And I might be jumping ahead the curve. Fuck it. But we just doing this live and off the hip with y'all family. Y'all niggas is finna be uncles.
Oh,
Congratulations.
congrats,
Yeah.
my guy. Come on, baby.
Y'all
Hell yeah.
niggas, yeah, this shit been great. We gonna talk more in depth about that. I just want to drop that on y'all fellas. It's really good. It's crazy. Got need some pointers. This shit crazy, boy. But brother, John Cena, man, listen, man, I love this John Cena, man. I got John Cena winning the belt at WrestleMania, man.
Oh,
Stamp
I
it,
think we
man.
all do.
He's taking it home.
Oh.
It's done. Create a new toy. You already said.
Mm.
Listen, man, I didn't know that they was going to take this route with the John Cena Hill turn. I didn't know that he was going to go back to his career and really flip it on the fans. They don't know whether to boo him at now or feel bad, like or
So
feel stupid.
I think the UK crowds are just doing all the above just because it's John Cena and they're just there for the vibe. Now, when they come back to the States, it might be a whole different groove.
But I think that's a great call by Triple H and them saying, you know what, we're gonna go on this foreign tour, and we know what they expect from this kind of crowd, so we need this kind of reception for this. It's making it beautiful. It make the whole run to the WrestleMania beautiful to me. Like just hearing the interaction and how loud they get. Like we got to do better in America. There's no way we don't know the Randy Orton song word for word. Like that's sad. How we don't know
The
it?
song's been around for 20 years, just like Cena's song.
How we don't know that shit, bro? That's how like it
I
kind of
got
like
Cena's
make it.
CD around this house somewhere.
Yeah, they making us look crazy. Come clean in that aspect. Like y'all just boring. All y'all do is scream what? Shut the fuck up. Like everything John Cena's
What?
saying, all y'all do is yell curse words and what? Why y'all don't sing the real niggas themes and all that when they come out and make niggas really feel like, you know? But I don't want to get to rambling too much. I'm in the building. I had some time today. I'm in the building, man. What's up?
Nah, that's
I'm
where we
gonna catch up
start.
to
I
y'all.
mean, that's where we starting off at. We still right there. Talk about the opening segment for real, man. So
Mm-hmm.
you right on the money with what you saying. I just thought, to be honest, I would have liked to see more of Cena addressing the partnership. I know we still have more time for that, but I
Mm-hmm.
would like at least like a little eye wink towards that, like like
The rock,
something.
the rock affiliation you're heading at, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
And
because right
why?
now it feels meaningless.
All right, so could it be the case that could all right, could it by any chance could all that had happened right in that moment? And Rock said, Let me let me signal this to Cena and see if he goes for it. And Cena just took that moment to say, This is the time.
Oh, supposedly
Was
they
it
were winging it as the men's chamber match was finishing.
Yeah, I mean that's that. I think that's where Snakes is getting to, and there's been little reports out there that things were called that night. I could see it, bro, because like I was telling Razor, it don't make sense to me that Cena has all of this babyface merch. Oh, I'm in Brussels. I'm in where were they? Glasgow. I got all y'all
Madrid
cities on the
or
babyface shirt,
whatever.
and but he's here wearing this stuff still.
He's not a
Now
heel. He's the victim.
the human being, right? And I appreciate him still trying to like justify it, like, oh, this is what I live by. Never
Y'all
give
broke
up.
my heart.
Hustle,
that's what
loyalty,
makes it
respect.
amazing though, in a sense though. Cause it's
Yeah,
like
he's able to.
y'all all thought that I was gonna come and be different things. No, how about we change nothing? And
Mm,
y'all get nothing because y'all trying to be me. So what can y'all like? Y'all trying to be me. And on the back of the shirt, it does say after this, you can't see me. After this. Like, so, those little things and stuff like that I've seen, but the thing, the tire, the theme song, I think that's all was a part of, yeah, I'm throwing it in y'all faces. Y'all think y'all know what y'all talking about? No. How about we change nothing? And I'll tell y'all about yourselves too while we at it.
again,
I
I'm
love
with
I
it.
love John. Yeah.
I'm with it. I think what he doing is masterful. I just feel like the Rock and Travis Scott affiliation is just being left out, and I don't know why. Are they trying to pivot from it a little bit? Are they trying to
Um,
make us forget about it? Is this part of the
mhm.
design? Like so they
Well,
could just
well,
pop up.
well, well,
Hmm.
well, just about to cut you a raise. I don't know if he's gonna go there, but I just want to say this. At the end of the day, I feel like whether we see The Rock, Travis, and them not, John Cena will be walking out of WrestleMania the champion, whether they show up that night, whether they show up, you know what I mean? John Cena will be walking. I feel like I feel like John got that look of like, Cody, I could beat your ass right now, but I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna hold it back. I'm really in a different zone right now, Cody. Like John really looked like he in a monster form to me. Like I don't know if Cody's ready for this, John. That's the energy I get.
I
I don't
thought
know if
John been
Cody.
moving a little soft.
I think John is waiting to strike because he has yet to speak back. He has yet to really rebuttal Cody, and we
We
know
want
that
to
if
see if
he
Cody
really
got it
said
in him or not.
something, we know he could talk his shit back to him. He's at the kid shit. Cody cut him off, but maybe next week in London they really let them finally, let
They
Cena off
gotta
the
give
leash.
his.
Yeah.
something gotta happen because I thought it was odd that Cody got jumped, and the first thing you do when you see Cena is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you got into your promo, you did well for yourself, but you
Mm-hmm.
got jumped, bro. Like, and it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like you got your attacker right in your face, and you just choosing to talk shit to him. And like Razor said, he Cena kind of like just walking out, you know.
I think the shocking of Cody being attacked by Cena and him never expecting that to happen because close friends or whatever, not thinking he would do that to him. I think when he said he wanted to hear what he had to say and why, like you know what I mean. I want just like the people, I'll be able to give you a chance to see why or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like why did you do it? But then Cody hinted at the end of it that you know, like this right here, like bet not show up. Like I took your best
Yeah.
shot and it did nothing. So I think that kind of trying to play on John Cena's ego a little bit, like you know,
Mm.
like you know what I mean? Like you did your best and you did nothing to me. I don't gotta do nothing to you now. Because if you show up like that at WrestleMania, I'm gonna send you home. You're packed early. That's the energy Cody's on. Like I ain't gotta do nothing now. I know what you on. You show up like this, I'm gonna do you greasy.
I did get
Do
that
John
vibe
do
from
John
Cody
gotta
last week
do
too.
John gotta John and Rock? Maybe that what you saying that Rock's up. Maybe that's why John ain't saying much. Maybe it's a plan coming that we don't. They're not unleashing yet. Like they're gonna just throw on us soon. Razor, maybe.
Well, I mean, a part of me feels like, again, like given what we've seen last week and this week, the stuff between Travis and Rock at Chamber kind of comes off as meaningless,
Mm.
because if this is what the end result was, they really weren't needed until that. Now, if they came at Mania, different story maybe. But given what we've seen lately, it's like, what was the point of all that? Yeah, Cody mentioned both of their names once, and that was it. So it's like, if this is the end result, Cena could have still won Chamber. Cody could have came out. Cena kicks Cody in the nuts, and then that's how we go off the air.
Maybe the real stuff between them cooks up after Mania. Cause I was also reading that what we saw was supposed to happen at Mania, right? Like you suggesting the Rock, Travis, all this stuff was supposed to happen at Mania. But I think because of the build up, fans feeling like there was no real good excitement, anticipation for Mania. I think they chose to pull the trigger there at the Elimination Chamber. Like we gotta do something. We gotta
No,
do
I
something.
think the Raw woke up
Do
from a
we
nap and said,
do,
"I got an idea."
do do we give WWE at this moment that leeway to let it develop? Because like I feel like lately they've been like delivering. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, you know what I'm saying. So this Rock affiliation road, I know they hear that. I know they hear people. You know what I mean? You gotta hear that. You
Vella,
gotta
we
know
are less
people are
than 1 month
asking.
from the show.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you got.
certain
Mhm.
storylines have been nurtured well, and then there's
Mhm.
others that haven't. Like for me, I've taken issue with the Jacob and Solo build up. To be honest, I don't understand why Braun Strowman is caught up in getting wins over them. Kind of like he
Well,
is the monster among men, but
I don't think they expected Jacob to get this level of love this fast.
I
Because
think
think
the
about it.
Cena and Cody storyline is amazing. I think if the fact that they haven't implemented the Rock in them yet is amazing.
yeah, like
Me
if it's gonna
personally,
lead,
I
no,
love
if
it.
it's gonna lead to like again to something, then I'm with it. If it's
Hmm.
kind of meant for us to forget about it, like it didn't happen, I'm gonna be like, hold on, like what are we
Will
doing
you
here?
not be able to appreciate the WrestleMania match the same?
Well, the
No, I'm
match would be
gonna
Like
I'm gonna
fine.
let's
no,
say they
I'm
put
gonna
on a
appreciate it.
five-star match. Will you still like you know what I mean? If like, I don't know, maybe I
Nah,
don't
I
know,
already
like because Rock
appreciate
do
it.
have the Rock is the boss, and like we seen that one time when he came out to do the promo. It's the first time in Netflix, it wasn't the greatest promo. People wasn't really feeling it. Then the nigga went on a world tour, just going everywhere to try to make up for that shit. Nigga with the NXT, nigga just start going anywhere just to like make up for that shit. Rock will pull a curveball. Who knows? They did that shit on the spot with him and Cena, and now they trying to figure out what to do next as the time is. You know what I mean? But I
I'm
hope
gonna
that's not the
appreciate it,
case,
bro.
man.
And this is
Hope
where I
this is
Yeah.
say he
already
got a lot of
planned.
bits in him.
Yeah, I hope this is already planned and they already know what they finna do. I hope me. I hope.
That's what I'm hoping for too. That's the only thing I'm asking for. As the build up right now, I feel like I got to give them credit for what they were able to do. Even though Cena, if I feel like I'm not 100% on board, this isn't the same filmed 5 3 minute promo from the heavyweight champions back in the day. Yeah, brother, I'll see you in the ring at WrestleMania, and I'm gonna. They're doing this shit 20 minutes. Cena's out there for 20 minutes, kicking it
Mhm.
live.
They brought it for half an hour last week.
Like, come on. So I gotta appreciate
But I
that shit
think
to some
yeah,
degree.
the
Like,
heat, that heat. I feel like the give. You never seen John in this form, so it's like you actually like Cody coming out. John not saying nothing. Cody leaving out the ring, putting the heat back on John. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you got that moment of him walking out. Like, all this is like they're like we stuck into this all
and
in. Like John doing this turn. Like, so it's really about John's turn. Like, and him really embracing the bad guy.
But I
Like
will say this: this program is going a hell of a lot smoother than Tiffany and Charlotte.
if I'm being honest, this may have superseded and outshadowed a lot of WrestleMania. If you ask me, I think I'm only at this point interested in the triple threat match in this match, and that's sad. Me, I'm only interested in that Roman John, triple Seth and CM, and this Cody at this point. Like you said, easy. They got to
My
kick up that Jacob shit. You know what I mean? Like the storylines need to kick up. I'm only as engaged. Like the Tiffany and Charlotte, I should be no more. Like we should be talking more about that. The girl, like we coming
hmm
on this shit, talk about the main shit because that's the shit that's cooking
and
the
that's it.
most.
Yeah.
Now I do have a concern with that triple threat. Will the build up be too big for the actual match?
Of
Mm.
EO,
No, 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 no,
Bianca.
no. That's not gonna
Okay.
be a triple threat.
Okay.
I'm talking about with Roman, Seth, and Punk. Will their build up
I
for this
think the
triple threat?
payoff is after the match. It's not the match itself. I
Okay, so
hate to
do you
say
think
that.
it would
I
just
hate to
be a
be that.
chapter in it?
Yeah, I think the match is to take place, but I think the story is what happens after the match. Who Paul Heyman decides to consult. You know what I caught about Paul Heyman? Remember, Two Rays, I asked you the other day, would it be crazy if Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins start a Shield? Punk said, "Yo, Paul Heyman, thank you for delivering the tribal chief on the platter for me." You notice how Paul was dressed that day? He was dressed almost like that formation of what we say he was dressing like Solo. He had a colorful
Not
what's that?
even a button down. She had like a tank top on.
And a colorful chiff. He had a colorful handkerchief right there in
Mm-hmm.
his pocket.
Mm.
And I was like, it wasn't solid red like the last one. This was a colorful one, like something Seth would wear.
Or even Punk.
Mm.
And I was just like,
He was dressed much more casually.
definitely, bro. I was like, that was something to pay attention to right there. I'm trying
Mm.
to see if I could get the
And also, to go one step further, he wasn't in his usual polished Oxford dress shoes. He was doing some like casual loafers,
hmm
like he was ready to go kick it at a cigar lounge with the boys for the rest of the night.
Let me
I
see. I'm
do
trying to
think
send
that
it.
the way CM Punk, Ali, like I don't know if that was a just a joke or whatever, but that whole platter shit didn't get Roman to turn and deck him. That shit, you just started some shit with that. That my nigga Paul, like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Nothing about Seth calling or Punk calling Seth Grimace.
Yeah, that one went over heads for real.
Grimace, Big Chief.
Man,
That was a
he got it.
a major segment right there.
Well,
Like,
also Punk, he ain't never been shy of being disrespectful.
yeah, Seth might have
I
got the
got the
biggest
picture.
reaction out of the three. Are their interests? Would you say? Like out of all three,
Oh, that's another thing. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Snake. So, boom. Roman Reigns says, "Does anybody want to come out and confront your tribal chief?"
let me know.
Seth comes out. So I was just like, And then Seth didn't have that tone like he's mad
Look
at
at you
Roman.
got Razor with that. Razor like, hold on, he did say that. Razor like, hold on. Now he did say that
Can
though.
you?
Anyone to confront your tribal chief, let me know. Yeah, Seth came out first. Yep, that's a
I
fact.
was like, damn.
I was more surprised, like you said, with the way Seth demeanor was when he came out. But then again, he's always been very giddy as of late, so it's kind of hard to take him seriously.
And
So
I'm
let me ask
sorry
you a
for this
question, AZ. How
glare
do they
right here.
form that?
That's the
That's a good
picture right
shot.
there.
Why do they? Why would like? Why would like? Just to answer, why would Seth and Roman team up after they both try to kill each other on different like back to back weeks, like a new Shield? Why would that be? Like, how bring that together? How would they form that after that?
In my weird mind, it's because right now they're starting to have the same common enemy, which is CM Punk.
Mm.
And Seth really never had no beef with Roman. Roman is the one that he's salty that Seth turned his back on the Shield. Seth could make the argument, yeah, I didn't like what you did with the title and how you represented the company, this, and that. But Seth know he created that monster. You can't be that mad. So
So why hasn't Seth apologized?
now that could lead into how they make the formation where it's like, I'm
And
willing to
and
play
and,
ball with you, bro. Like
and when you present that to me, who did you propose to be the third man? And this ties
Jay,
into my point. What's the one thing that Roman seemed to can't do to Jay publicly?
apologize.
Mm.
So if Seth apologizes to Roman,
That
do you?
might thaw out the tribal cheese heart.
Yeah,
Mm.
it could. And no lie, too, Paul Heyman, in a sense, let's say he goes either way. I could make a case for either way. He splits apart from Roman Reigns and goes with Punk. That'll further even the feud why he would want to create a shield with Seth.
Or also, my next question is, if Jay is the quote unquote third man, what becomes of Jim?
I also
Mm,
didn't like the reunite tonight. I didn't like how they did that. I don't
Me,
like how they
me,
did
me
that.
either.
It
It
didn't
was
mesh well.
it was a
It
missed
just
opportunity.
yeah, why you just let them come out together? Like I understand Jay. Like we hear that shit every week. Like we didn't need it to this week. We should let them go back to the ooh souls and beat
Or
them for one day, bro. Like come
or
on,
stay we hear the same music.
yeah, like get it back.
Instead,
Come on,
we see Jay come out with no Yeet glasses,
because I
all
will say
black,
this, man.
and we
I
see the
will
day
say
one
this.
ish black tee.
I don't know if I'm the only one on this island, but that Jay hype is dying down, in my opinion. Not
It
theme
does need
music
some help.
sense, not theme music like, yeah, hey, he, yeah, they all gonna do that. I'm talking about like y'all now y'all trying to roll this. He can't beat the big man like he's slipping. He bots the flip, so let's make him slip in the
Slip
ring
this
like
week.
he's.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, just for what? For him to come in the ring and beat Gunther with a spear? Like I told y'all on the show a couple shows ago, he cannot come in there. Like, how you beat Austin Theory with that jump spear shit? Like, that was crazy. Like, come on. You can't feed us this new move finisher 3 weeks before WrestleMania. Like, that's supposed to be
Oh,
something to beat
and then
Gunther? Is that supposed to be like
I heard that
Jake
that
shouldn't be able
happened because
Jake
the
should beat
Cena
Gunther, bro.
promo.
I need what happened to Cody with Roman to happen to Jay and Gunther. Remember that sad feeling that everybody's sad? Like, damn, we thought, yeah. I don't think I shout out to Jay. I don't think he deserves to beat Gunther, man, at WrestleMania, man. That's just my opinion. Like he's not doing the greatest right now. To me, his in-ring performance. To me.
I mean, you can easily say that whatever character development they're trying to do ain't the right move to do right now. Now, but also, if this is the way where you get him back to how he was when Jim, when it was Uso Penitentiary, where they were both just crash outs, you're banking on a lot to happen in such a short amount of time. And again, is he capable of it? Yeah, but again, you're asking an awful lot out of him.
I wouldn't oppose to Big Jim being his manager. See how he had to hype him up tonight in the backstage area, like, yo, you the right hand man. Like, you main event Jay Uso. Like, that's the Jay I need. Like, and I think Jim is good at playing that role between them. The more like snapping him back to reality. Cause I'm
Well,
with
that's big,
Snakes on
bro.
that.
He
I
slapped
told
the
you this
shit out of
too.
Gunther too. He
Yeah,
slapped
bro.
dog shit out of Gunther, bro. Wow. That might be the illest slap since
What, Stephanie
um
McMahon?
no what was one of the females slap somebody? Was it Jay? Didn't Jay Uso get slapped? I mean, not didn't Jimmy get slapped by a girl?
Jimmy got slapped by Michin.
Yeah, Meechin. Yeah, since the Meechin slap. Like, yeah, like word talk.
And Big Jim had to make it believable. We had to bring it back for. Cause I'm not gonna lie, Big Jim inserted into this. I found it a little weird. Like, damn, y'all just gonna bring him over from SmackDown now and like try to like incorporate him in Jay's moment now. But I'm not gonna
Mm.
lie, Big Jim is kind of bringing it back for Jay a little bit.
But
Cause I
also,
didn't like how they booked Jay. This whole underdog story. Like, come on.
Yeah.
a few days ago, I went down a rabbit hole and someone presented a plausible theory for Gunther retaining.
It's like, how does he like? My bad, Rage, but how do you dethrone so many superstars in that Royal Rumble match to win? But now you rolling him out with this underdog shit. Like, I don't get it. He beat Cena, bro. Like, I don't. How are you trying to paint him us like he's an underdog? Like, he beat Cena. Like,
You
I
just
don't know.
squashed Austin Theory last week, and now the Usos, legendary tag team, are having a competitive match with A-Town Down Under this week. It's too much. Like, please just
They
make
trying to keep
Jay
Austin Theory
convincing.
alive a little bit. They trying to not squash him all the way, but like he got squashed in that match.
Yeah,
That was
man.
bad for Austin. That was
I need to
bad.
know who the fuck Theory pissed off. He had to have pissed somebody off. Like, as talented as that man is, like you should not be in the role you're in. But
Yeah.
back to my point earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Say Gunther wins, it will not be because him doing it cleanly, nor Jimmy turning on him.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's Sami Zayn? Because Sammy's been
Mm.
obsessed with beating Gunther.
Sammy beat Gunther at Rumble though. I mean WrestleMania
Beat him
last
at
year.
Mania, but he's also been gunning to beat him for the world championship as well. And he spelled at that. Now, if he's not going to run it back with KO or run it with Randy, I wouldn't mind seeing Sammy versus Jay maybe at a Backlash or a later PLE. And then again, we further get deeper into that crash out Jey Uso. Again, if this is all being rushed, cool. Again, but let's make the most out of it because you're going to kill two birds with one stone. You're going to get Jay back to that level to where it's
Thank
undoubtedly he's
you.
got his confidence back, and then
Gracias.
two, you kind of further get Jimmy and Jay back on that trajectory to where they're back together, and maybe even three gets Roman and Jay back on each other's good graces.
Jimmy and Jay seems like the plausible option. Like, it just visually, I'm seeing it there. I'm seeing
I'm
it.
just saying if you have Sammy just screw Jay, that kind of opens all three of those doors.
Yeah, now I think I ain't gonna lie. I've been saying it for a few weeks now. I'm okay if they heartbreak Jay and not give him. This wouldn't be the first time we see somebody win the Royal Rumble and not win. We just seen it with Cody 2 years ago. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rumble winner
Not
doesn't
everything
have
needs
to
to be the
win.
yes
Yeah,
movement.
yeah. Like,
How about someone else from the bloodline come in and steals Jay? Like, nope, you're not letting it happen solo or something. Like, maybe a new person or something.
mm,
If it's not Sammy because of how close he was to that rendition of the bloodline, it wouldn't mean as much
Mm.
because Sammy meant so much to that core of the bloodline. Because can you imagine, say, Roman has the match night one, they're on the night two match, and then maybe he's in the back. They show some behind the scenes exclusive footage. You see Roman Loki cheering him on, saying, like, "Come on, you can do it." And then you see Santa come out, and Roman and plausibly Heyman are just sitting there, just like, "The fuck's going on?" And now they want to kill Sammy, and also Roman then tries to console Jay, like, "Hey, like, I was fucked up. We'll get you there," or something on the lines of that. But that could be again a catalyst to the family being put back together.
Mm.
I had like a crazy. You saying all this shit about Sami Zayn? It's like,
That was a great call. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about
yeah.
that. It's a great call in a sense. It's like y'all
It
can't have all the fun without me,
it,
right?
make,
At
it makes
Mania,
too much sense.
I was thinking about that shit. That's a crazy call right there.
Also, part of me just think too, like, what if that CM Punk shit? What if WWE just put everything on his head, and that CM Punk favor from Paul Heyman leads to him being inserted into that Jay and Gunther match? I just seen live event Gunther versus CM Punk, if I'm not mistaken. They just had them on the live events.
Well,
And Sammy,
this
there is
wasn't their
Solo
first live
Turtle
event.
Gunter in that back. Think Solo Wallow Gunter in that back. I see footage. Solo like a
Mm.
different character in that wrestling. Well, I don't know what live event that Solo had a whole different
Yeah,
role out
like
of that shit. Like
so
what?
again, so I say that to say, what if he do that triple threat with Roman? Because obviously the favor is not the triple threat match. They're gonna get that without that favor at
Uh huh.
WrestleMania. So what if that what if the favor is really to get him into one of these championship matches?
Well, that part seems obvious, but that's one of those. The Cody versus Cena one makes more sense than Gunther versus Jay.
Because does the crowd turn on Punk if he goes into that Gunther Jay match and win and still Jay's moment?
That that would feel like he's completely out of place. Whereas if you put him in with Cena and Cody, that's an easy plug and play because he's got history with both of them. And
I was gonna
again,
say that. What if
he
he went
made
night one? Yeah, the night two is that favor to get that match with Roman and
and
Right.
he
You
Cena.
feel me?
and
Like
he may get a more reasonable reception at that.
shit is almost like a fake money in the bank contract he got in possibly like
Yeah,
what if he got a facilitated automatic spot in the match
What
through
does
that
Drew
favor?
McIntyre come into all this? Drew McIntyre.
he's got a match with Priest, or it looks
Oh,
like he's gonna get a match with Priest.
that's going to be one of those.
Allegedly, that might be just a match just to put on the card.
Okay, Priest.
A, lo-
Okay.
a lot of folks ain't happy about that.
What about Braun Breaker? Who's gonna be Braun Breaker? Like, let's talk about title defenses at Mania. Like, who's Braun Breaker's challenger at Mania?
Fatal four way match.
At Mania,
That's what
Could
I'm
be.
hearing. This is what it's looking like.
Who's
He
be
can
number
Penta,
get to
four?
Penta, Dom.
who?
Oh, Dom
Dom
and Finn.
and Finn,
Yeah,
and Dom wins
that's what I was thinking.
the Intercontinental fucking title.
And then we're likely gonna get Logan Paul and AJ Styles. That should be fun.
I don't know this. I don't know what. I
AJ's
don't.
gonna do a lot of
Now,
carrying.
hear
Let's
me
be
out,
honest.
Snake. Hear me out, Snakes. I've
Mm-hmm,
seen people's theories online. I don't like to go with what I read, but they put out a good point.
mm-hmm.
Shane versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania wasn't supposed to be that good of a match, and somehow AJ and Shane were able to work some magic there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, I'll give
So
you
you
two
think
more examples. I'll
Logan
give you two
Paul
more
could be the
examples.
Shane in a sense?
Yeah.
But again, look at it. Logan had a class against Cody, and he also had a class against Roman.
Shane was born in this shit though, jumping off
Yeah,
steel cages, hell in cells, and all. Like
yeah. But
Logan,
again, let's not sell Logan short. He's had his fair share of good matches too. Against, like I said,
I
against
got
two of the top
Shane
dogs.
McMahon over Logan in any match. I got Shane fucked up.
That would be a fire match though. Shane and Logan though.
Oh my
That
Yeah,
god.
man and Shane Prime right there. Oh man.
what? Shane O'Mac baseball jersey? Shane? Nah, y'all not. Nah, he's different.
Them niggas gonna jump off the stadium for real, off the arenas.
But
Shit
that's
crazy.
I see what you mean. Like that's one of those highlight, exciting matches. Like could show off some one of those like Logan. I feel. Hey yo, I get it, man. Like I get it. Prime still there. We see the Prime bottles. We see.
And then we're getting Crash Out Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
Randy's been in a god form since he's been back. He deserves everything though.
He didn't turn the clock back to 2008. He heard a voice in his head again.
All right, so what about like remember when it was one point we was pointing, oh Randy keep looking at the title. Randy keep looking at Cody's title. Randy keep looking at Cody's title. Why that ain't never come to fruition?
Well, I
The
touched on that
injury?
I touched on that just before you came on.
Mm.
When Cena wins 17, Cody ain't
Mm-hmm.
getting a run back, and here's why.
So Roman don't get his fade either back?
Oh no,
Like,
I'll get to that.
yeah.
But once Cena wins number 17, Backlash is in St. Louis, which is Randy's hometown. Let's get that match going right now. And could you imagine if heel John Cena beats the dog shit out of Randy Orton in front of his family and friends, if you're gonna be a heel, let's go all in on this.
Right.
Now, the person to dethrone Cena is either gonna be Rock or Roman, in my opinion.
I do expect John to be very dirty in that fight with Cody. Is not be no regular John. He will be using objects and weapons.
And
This will
then
be a
some, and
very
then
dirty John Cena in that match.
and SummerSlam is gonna be in the same venue where we had Rock and Cena too, MetLife.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like I said, like if Cena takes the belt off of Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes doesn't get the run back, who can you put that belt on to take it off of Cena? Like I think it would have to be The Rock to maybe start setting the Rock and Roman stuff up, or Rock and Cody. If it's not Cody, you giving it right back to.
What about Punk?
See, the thing about Punk, I'm not gonna lie, I associate him so much with Raw. When I think of him in the championship, now I know we could switch brands, whatever the case may be, but I mean, he got a valid. He could go against Cena one time. They got history, so I'm not mad at that either. But I think Roman, if Rock gets it from Cena, third time in a lifetime, the final time, because he's the final boss, the final time.
End of an era too.
You know what I'm saying? They
No,
could,
I see that point.
yeah, things could work their way back. Again, I think it's an interesting scenario. I just want everything to have its payoff and for things that we've been seeing the last few weeks, for everything to make sense, tie into each other, and not feel forgotten about.
You know it's not gonna go that way.
Cause I just want to see. I'm more intrigued by the final boss's character, and I hate to say it selfishly, I would like to see more of what he got planned going forward. Like we just see sprinkles of the final boss and the intents. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you say you're back, full time committed, but you barely here.
Yeah. Now I know he's a busy man, but I liked the feel of how when Vince was around and he was the boss or the authority with Triple H and Stephanie, and they were always around. Like this is the final boss. Now I know he's not just on every show. That's not what I'm saying. But
Right.
it is WrestleMania season. Like you know what I'm saying. And after, I'd like to see where the landscape is going with the final boss. That's all I want. So. But what else we had? When you talk about championships for WrestleMania, though, LA Knight got the United States one back. Again, I thought that
Yeah.
could have been with Jacob and Solo and them fighting for that at WrestleMania. I just feel like there's
Who's
this
gonna be LA
outcry.
Knight challenger?
Maybe Ray Phoenix, or maybe they put promos on SmackDown for two new people. One seems to be Ray Phoenix.
So here's the thing. Say you put it on Jacob, how the fuck you gonna beat him?
I mean, it almost certainly got to be somebody distracting like Solo or somebody.
You'd have to have maybe a Solo, maybe even a Drew, Cody, or Roman to dethrone him.
Yeah.
I know some of those names are unlikely, but again, you got to match a top dog with a top dog. You can't just have anybody just beat him. Maybe it's a Jimmy or whatever. I don't know, but that'd be the interesting part.
Yeah, though. Where though? Remember him?
He on Raw.
Oh,
That's what I said. Maybe his brother, if he goes on SmackDown, if you keep that, I wouldn't be opposed to keeping them apart for a minute.
I don't know. I think like the energy these overseas shows been there, but the build up or some of the stories have been feeling like a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I feel accurate about that, but I mean like tonight we seen the Judgment Day standing tall. Carlito, Finn, and
Oh, did you watch stuff
Dom.
from the beginning of the show where Punk's walking in and you see Dom and Finn arguing
Yeah.
by the loading dock?
I feel like they've been doing their best. Like one of the highlights of these overseas shows was the Street Profits to me winning the championships finally. I've been calling for that for them for a while. So I was happy for them.
yes, you have. Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
You know
Congratulations
what I'm
to Street
saying?
Profit, Montez Ford, holding it down with his partner. staying tall, not turning a singles guy, getting them gold back. But I have one thing I want to say: that
That was a
fucking new
journey.
music is trash.
Yeah,
Leave the
that's
regular theme. That new shit, man. Stop this shit, man. This GameStop music, that shit
For
trash.
the love
Triple
of
H,
God, can we
I don't
let
like
Def
that.
Rebel go and bring back Jim Johnston the GOAT?
yeah. We need more iconic
Or shit.
shit in
WWE,
their music.
get us on board. We got you.
I'll tell you this though: Bianca go hail at Mania, add them to them, add her to them, or you got something.
I mean, you mentioned Bianca. Let's talk about her for a second. I like her demeanor. Like, I feel like she got me in this mindset of I don't know what to expect from her. Even
Mm.
though she should be the one that I'm cheering for, everything that she's caught up with Jade and Naomi, and then how she's been acting with Rhea and Io. I feel like she's been showing her spicy side as of
Yeah,
late.
yeah. So I'm glad we're going to that part because a lot of folks are mad because, or they were offended that she was being booed on Raw. It's like, well, she's kind of a heel on Raw. What the fuck you expect?
I mean,
She kind
Folks,
of got booed. She kind of got booed a little excessive. I didn't expect that.
again, because
yeah,
again, maybe there's accustomed to her being a heel. Who knows? But it's like I think not it's not a coincidence. I think it's by design.
Mm.
I
But
mean, from her angle
the
though.
internet likes to make it a race thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. Overseas though, when it comes to the overseas shows, I do feel like the energy ain't there for like a Naomi, a Jade, a Bianca. Like the energy, just I'm just call it what it is. I don't know if it's because they
Right.
females, because they dark
Nah.
skin, because they, you know what I'm saying, black, whatever the case. It seems like the latter part, but I don't know
Mm.
them. So, but the energy is flat compared to other people's reactions. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm agree on, and that's what I noticed.
And
Um,
you know that's some bullshit when they come up. Niggas going crazy for EO Sky though. Come on, man.
chill, chill. You ain't lying though, but fuck, man, it's like that's why I
Or from
said,
when mommy hits that stomp.
bro. That's why I gave Bianca her credit with what she's doing. Like she's making me think, like, damn, is she really behind? Cause I got my own theories with her and Naomi. Like, what if Naomi? I told you this. I was listening to Rikishi's podcast. Somebody asked him a question: do people in the bloodline take a bullet for the people they love? Could
It's
Naomi
family.
be taking a bullet for, you know what I'm saying, Bianca, while she's on this chase for the championship,
Could
clearing
be.
her of any, you know what I'm saying? So it's things that I'm like looking at with Bianca to see if there's anything to notice there. But
Um, Before we continue on, this is not piggyback to Street Profits for a second. I just thought about something with them. How can we make the Street Profits championship run legendary? Them versus
they
the
got
Hardy Boys at Mania.
the Prophets got to stop being creatures of bad habit. I'm gonna be honest. They got new music and they do the same entrance like if they had the old Street Profits theme. Like
Can we get
it,
the Hardys versus them? Did we ever get that?
I don't
I would
think
love
so.
I would love to see that, but again, I think the Hardys might be busy running it back with Fraxium on Stand and Deliver, unless you can have Matt and Jeff pull double duty.
Like, you know, the WWE fan will love to see Matt and Jeff one more time. And if you could make that, come on.
Shit, just Jeff and Tez.
Come on.
I'm gonna be honest though. I think the Street Profits could probably even have a banger with that team from NXT, Fraxium, that you talk about. Razor, like have the main roster tag team champions defeat the NXT tag team champ, or even the TNA tag team champ. You know, work something out. But like I agree, Snake. You could put something legendary in front of them in the form of the
Mm-hmm.
Hardys, or
Mm-hmm.
something there, just to make they shit a
I've
little
been
bit
impressed with
more concrete.
Dawkins. I've been impressed with Dawkins, man. He been putting in
He
that pain. I was saying.
he's been on some lately. So
Mm-hmm.
again, much kudos to him.
How y'all feel about this? Like, I'm gonna call it the tweener phase. Like, what I mean is, like, just a few weeks ago, it felt like the Street Profits were turning, like they were going down this dark route, and they basically just wanted to get their championship opportunity. They got it, and now you see Montez pandering to the crowd again. Like,
It,
I be
it's
confused sometimes, but I'm happy
it's
they got they. I just want to see concrete where
It's
we
win by
going.
any means necessary.
All right.
Think about that last year, Montez, man. He had the Hulu show with his girl. Got a lot of slack from that. You know, even on that show, like, what am I gonna do with my career? It's shorty WrestleMania main event. He ain't got really nothing planned, shit like that. You got the Bobby Lashley era. He's
Mm-hmm.
long gone. They tried that with him suit roll out. They tried shit. They failed. Who knows? Dawkins and them niggas probably had to sit down and really take a look at themselves like, man, what we gonna do? Because the
And
company moving.
sometimes you gotta
So
just
this
take
is
it
their
back to the
last chance.
basics.
I feel like, yeah, exactly. And I feel like they giving it their all this shot. If it's gonna be their last chance, they giving it their all. I feel like Triple
Or
H, you know
or
what? Let's see. Let's see what y'all do. You know what I mean? And
or just don't
shout out to them for
complicate.
giving them another chance at it. Words.
At the end of the day, they both from the block. Just simplify it. Know what you know.
Right.
They've definitely been showing that energy too, though. Like that promo they cut in Spain, heading out to the ring, it definitely showed that energy. I like that line that they came up with too. Like, you know what I'm saying? The job's not done. We keep saying that. Nah, the job just started. Like, you know what I'm saying? They clocked in. So that's a start for them right there. They don't just got, oh, the profits are up and we want the smoke. They added more.
Mm-hmm.
They could continue
And
to
don't
do
do
that.
too much. Don't get weird outfits. Like, keep it the way y'all look. It give
Just
off
keep the
that
all
that
black
grit.
look.
Yeah, they got that. They had to get hurt some shit. Look, I like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't need all these gold and purple shit. Nah, we don't need all that. We don't need all that.
Pandering. Yeah. When they, yeah.
Just get the black fit with the black Air Force and you're set.
I mean, I don't know why they went away from their old gear. I'm gonna be honest, like the basketball shorts, the jersey look. Maybe it was, I don't know. Some people felt like it was too stereotypical, I guess. I thought it was a cool look, like to be honest, like
Well, that's a baby face look, not a heel look.
that. But again, this is what I'm saying when I'm confused with them. You know what I'm saying? With the presentation, like you going heel, but you still looking for the cheers from the crowd. Like I want Montez to be full flown, like full blown, like he don't care about the reactions from the crowd. If he get them, he get them. You can do some of your
Right.
same, you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
if you're gonna tap into it, not be like Seth Rollins, but embrace it in like a cockier way. Like, yeah, y'all should be cheering for me. It's kind of it still feel like he looking for it, you know, in that baby face way.
All
But
right, question to y'all. Do we get a Wyatt 6 WrestleMania appearance from them?
No,
what if we send him to NXT?
and to do what?
I mean, like over there, you could safely do anything for real. No expectations for them. It's just you could free roam and do anything. I feel like on the main roster, it's been expectations that I don't know if we set them, if people just wanted more out of them, but we kind of felt disappointed with the what we seen on Raw. They just get traded to SmackDown.
I want to know why they stopped everything once Bo got injured. Like you could have had Bo do some pre-tapes. You could have them do some shit. Um, if we're
Yeah, they ain't
gonna
had no next
incorporate,
target. Like, who's their next targets? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come
apparently
on.
the next plan is to link them up with Bliss. But again, it's like you should have already been started that shit already.
And I hate to say it, the last two feuds that they were in amounted to nothing. American Made was born out of that, and then Authors of Pain got released.
Yeah.
So I can't say like, oh, this was done to help AOP. That shit got them released. Well, I can't say that got them released. Maybe they was gonna get released anyway. That was
I
just the
won't be
last thing to
surprised.
see. You know, like
I won't be surprised they get Bo White like that big main event moment, like at the end of the match, he just come and take Cena one of them niggas and threw one of them niggas greasy at the end, like for real. I need him in that and
So
that
so you
and
mean
that.
so you mean like after the match ends, the lights go out, and then lights come
Yeah.
back on, Snake him with a Sister Abigail.
Sister Abigail, they all there like what? We told y'all. It's our time going into this. This is really our time now. Like
That
that'll
might
bring them back. That'll yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they need something to breath walk back. Like we said, we all questioning. You can't give us all that shit they gave us and then it just and nah, bro. This shit gotta mean something, man. I want to see more from them. I do. And I want them to
especially
go
for
out of
like
the main guys. I want them in the programs with the main guys. Like Shout out
You
to
know,
Gable and them, but come on.
you know who I feel for in this whole thing? Maybe I don't know if he's even that good, but Joe Gacy seems to be the youngest one out of them. That's like kind of
Mm-hmm.
like
So much
hi-
potential out of him.
his shit is being put on hold right now because of this situation. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Dexter Loomis, he's had his run on NXT, a little stint on the main roster. Like they brought him back. They brought back Rowan,
What do
but
you call the
These
stint?
are
Just
like new
use him for.
starts though, like for them.
that
They new looks and everything.
what's a stint?
I mean, he
That
pull, he
hiccup
pull,
he was there. That
oh,
little
so he pulls up, drops the painting, disappears 3 months, pulls up, suddenly gets married. Indy Hartwell disappears, pulls up, gets with the way, disappears,
yeah, he's had a weird run too. Like he's never really got to have a good like
and,
actual
and again,
run.
immensely talented on the Indies.
Man, he was. I mean, like in NXT, I thought he was a compelling character. I'm like, who's this guy that doesn't speak? He's fucking joke. He's fucking yacked. Like, who is this guy? Like, I was intrigued by the character, but they just really never. Like you said, he did the Way stuff. The Indy Hartwell stuff was cute for what it was. Like, they had their little relationship. You know. Now he's here with the Wides on hold again. There's no reason for all of them to be on hold. Like you said, if Bo is hurt, cut a few promos, taped, run them shits for the next few weeks, set up their matches.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Nikki Cross a former world champion?
Yeah. As Nikki, as the Nick, what was it, the ASH?
It's still Nikki Cross. I ain't doing that bullshit.
I will say this: you have so many new Chinese people coming over from these brands. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what these niggas' contracts is? They got to be catered to out the gate. A lot of people get held up for shit like that too. It's not purposely. It's just so much talent right now that Triple H's got on his hand,
Or
bro.
some deep
That you got to
roster.
be patient. Some got to be patient. You got to believe in the vision, man. Some
And I,
just
I hate to say it, that's why I'm calling for a cruiserweight title because there's some people that's caught up in the like IC title picture, like Pete Dunne and them, that maybe they could benefit from like going for the cruiserweight and elevating that shit in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And show
yeah.
like, cause like you said, it's becoming the land of the giants out there again, low key. We getting some big heavy hitters out there, man.
Cause back in the days when they used to have them cruiserweight, like you could kick off a PLE with a cruiserweight. There's 8 niggas in that match. You get to see 8 cruiserweights. You know what I'm saying?
Doing some amazing shit.
Right, right. Nah, real shit, real shit. That's true.
Again, I think a lot of these tag teams, you talk about like a Johnny Gargano, Champa, fucking Motor City Machine Guns. Like, I like them teams, they cool, but when you putting them in front of Street Profits, when you putting them in front of the Bloodlines, when you putting them in front of like teams that are like, damn, not only are they good, but they oversized them too. Yeah, it'd be like maybe you know what I'm saying. We could find different things for them. We seen Motor City Machine Guns be singles competitors in TNA and stuff like that.
I mean, not everyone can ball out against Gunther like Tozawa.
Another one, Tozawa, he had a good outing. He could benefit from, a cruiserweight championship scene. I don't think you gonna make a whole 205 live now. I'm not calling for that again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not jumping out and saying we need 205 live. Nah, we can just have a little division for them.
So here's my question to you: say you go that route, if you're Triple H, do you bring Enzo back?
Yeah, I think you bring back most of the ones that can go. Hell, I'd even find a way to bring Tajiri back because that's a legendary cruiserweight. We bring back legends.
Again, weight wise, he's now in that heavyweight category now. Believe it or not,
I could imagine because the last time I seen him, he had
that's
put on a
that's
little
that's
weight. He's
Silver
older.
Fox.
But if there's like, you know what I'm saying, anybody that fits the bill. What if Rey Mysterio's your first cruiserweight champion? Set off the tone. Hall of Famer. Like, and who you know what I'm saying? Who'll be the cruiserweight to beat him? That could set off a tone. You could have Penta as the champion, Ray Phoenix. It's a lot of different like people in that division. Wow, when I heard that Seth Rollins was in that 205, 210 pound area, I'm like, damn, even Seth Rollins could be a fucking cruiserweight champion. That's how.
Hmm.
That's insane. Whoever fits the bill. What I didn't, we talk about championships. What I didn't like and I didn't understand today was the Lyra Valkyria and Raquel Rodriguez, which followed up after that Usos and Eight Town Down Under match.
Yeah, that was
I,
a little
I
rough.
certainly thought they would have put the belt on Raquel.
You thought they're gonna take it off of Lyra?
Yeah, because only because again, to me, I don't want to see everybody become a double champion, but it'll mean more to like just okay. Lyra beat so many people, but we still feel like what? Like she defended her championship know what I mean, a good amount of time since she's got it, and it still feels like there's no story. But at least we see Raquel in interviews. We see her backstage with the Judgment Day. Like she's featured throughout the programming.
Are we saving that title change for Becky?
That would be a hell of a one right there.
'Cause again, her and Lyra got history too.
Yep.
If I'm mistaken, I think when Lyra was NXT Women's Champion, Becky beat her for the belt.
And we talking about prestige, right? Everybody always, well, I can't say everybody, but most superstars always say they grew up wanting to hold the same belts that Shawn Michael, Bret Hart, Ultimate Warrior. They all started getting the Intercontinental and then to the World Heavyweight belt. Now
And
the
then you
females
got
could
folks
lay the
that
same
say they want to
claim.
be a Grand Slam champion.
Grand Slam. That you know what I'm saying? This is the perfect way to elevate them championships. I think Chelsea Green is doing just fine. She's featured on SmackDown just fine, great. I just feel like
Because
Lyra.
out of all the current present, or what was it? I think it was Jeff Hardy that had a record for like he sold every recognized WWE title but the Universal title.
Mm,
He sold all of them.
yeah, man, like that's a great accolade to have right there. Not many can say that.
Hmm.
And Lyra, I mean, she just feel like she's a great competitor. I feel like I haven't heard nothing like Chelsea Green when she was going promo to promo with Tiffany Money. I think some of us even agreed that she might have gotten the better of Tiffany that day. I haven't seen Lyra put in a position where like you know what I'm saying. Maybe tonight was the closest where she beat a bigger competitor like Raquel,
And again, she's still young. She's still improving.
but yeah, I mean for that title match, the match did nothing itself. What actually did something for me was when they started to gang up on Lyra. Bailey's music hits and she comes down for the save. Now, historically, we see the babyface pick up the championship and hand it to the other babyface. But Sutton felt like, do we see a Bailey heel turn there, or do we see just a nice friendly between them?
I think it would start as friendly competition, and then it would be quickly switched into it's kill or be killed.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Bailey already beat Lyra to advance to the Elimination Chamber
Hmm.
while Lyra was IC champion. So Bailey could kind of say, "Well, I already beat you."
Did they face each other in Queen of the Ring or no? Okay.
Not that I remember, at least.
And again, it's a matchup I wouldn't be opposed to seeing.
But I'm gonna be honest, from what I remember, their matchup on Raw wasn't all the best. So maybe the second time would definitely be better than the first time between Bailey and Lyra.
We'll see.
Yeah, because I really hope they don't go down this route where now Liv and Raquel are fighting against Bailey and Lyra in tag team form.
Which they will.
Ah, that led us to we saw the Jimmy giving Jay the pep talk after that match. Again, I thought that portion of the night kind of saved it for me, saved it for Jay, cause when I had to watch the replay, bro, there was no way that I was like, this dude slipped. After last week, I was like, there's no way, man. And then they played into it. Jimmy played into it backstage with oh, they making a meme out of you. You over here slipping today.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't enjoy was that uh, Jimmy says, I'm gonna go look for this guy, and upon turning the corner, Gunther's
He's
just
right
standing
there.
there like some peeping Tom, just like smiling, like I thought this is very like WWE could have did a little bit better with that right there. But again, this is one of those quick.
They just had to get to the five finger say to the face.
Now I'm gonna
Son,
ask
that
you,
go
Jay
ahead.
couldn't have done this. Like Jay
I,
could do the
I,
same thing.
again, I think the story with this is Jay's learning that that side of him is acceptable because that's a side that maybe he was ashamed of back in the days because he saw how much damage he caused in that mind state versus how happy and clear mind he is today. And you have Jim trying to say, no, that side's perfectly fine, especially with stuff like this.
Oh
That
yeah.
side of you is what's needed for this.
I love
So
how he mentioned the right hand man. When
you're the
he
right
said
hand
that,
man. We need the man that became main event Jey Uso. Like again, you more than just the Eat Man, and it might take Gunther being Big Jim to within an inch of his life for Jay to kind of that to click in his head.
I thought that was done beautifully. It sets up a match for I think next week's Raw.
Yep.
Um,
Followed by a slap that makes Stephanie McMahon proud.
I'm not gonna lie, he slapped the taste out of his mouth. That Gunther had no choice but to sit there and smile like, oh yeah, I can't wait till I get my hands on him.
Yo ass is mine.
Man, one
I
of my
hope that
brothers
was
on
worth it.
one of my brothers on Twitter had me weak. He said if I was Jimmy, I wouldn't show up to work next week if he
No,
see
no,
Gunther smiling like
you
that.
show up right before the match is supposed to start, and then you snake him again.
Man, but I thought again that was one of the highlights of the night for me right there. We get the announcement from Adam Pearce. He basically told us that what Rhea Ripley did is not valid. She can't just put her signature on a one-on-one contract after the two competitors already signed.
Oh, to Shawn Michaels 25 years ago or 20 years ago.
Um, I don't know why we like long stroke, short stroke and shit. That's what I'm calling it. But what I mean by that is that we're drawing things out that are kind of obvious and can be just announce it so we can get to the promos behind it.
But instead, we're being led to believe that it's not going to be a triple threat match. Instead, we're led to believe that Rhea and Io are running it back next week with Bianca as the special as referee, and the winner faces Bianca. Will we still get the triple threat? Yeah, but again, is this necessary? Fuck no.
What I thought was even more odd was that they kind of left us on that, and not so much a cliffhanger. He said what he said that they're gonna get their rematch next week, but then we see them backstage later on in the night, and he breaks it to Bianca. You're gonna be the special referee. She's like, I don't know how to ref. That's already
Figure it
giving me
out.
yeah, this is already giving me indications things are going left. The match is not gonna be called down the middle, which I'm okay with all of this, but again, it's how things were
Now,
done that's a bit odd to me. That was weird.
who snuffs who first?
I would have to think that Rhea gotta keep her composure because she's trying to win the championship match. I think ultimately Bianca hits Rhea first. and then Io kind of does the good guy thing, and then like she's not gonna win like that, and it might just end up in a no contest where they all three just start scrapping for real, kind of like what we saw tonight.
I was thinking Bianca hits Io first while Rhea's antagonizing.
Mm. I mean tonight too. I mean they keep going back to this shoving of the face of the champion. Again, I thought it was
I'm
cool
getting
the
tired
first
of that
time. Yeah, I was like, damn, 3 weeks in a row y'all went to
because
that
we all
well.
know it's gonna lead to a pull apart. Adam Pearce gonna look like an absolute bald headed bitch in the middle of that ring. If Punk's gonna call anybody a bald fraud, call that man a bald fraud. He been on the job how many years now?
About
Too long.
five,
He been getting
six.
bullied all these years since before the pandemic.
Yeah,
He just sits there and takes it.
and look stressed about it every time. Should be a simple decision. And I don't understand why the hell he's Io Sky says she's with it. This is the part that I thought was interesting because you kind of touched on it last week. Bianca was not gonna want this to be a triple threat match. I earned my chance to fight for the championship at WrestleMania. I won the Elimination Chamber match.
I won, she lost, which
And
leads me to
again,
believe Bianca ain't no baby face.
I'm there with you. I was just getting there, bro, because there's something about that like language she's speaking that if she
The
was
language, the
babyface,
tone,
the the demeanor of her body, everything.
even the little sass in her voice. Yeah,
Because a babyface actually would have did more like what Rhea did. Oh, okay, I kind of did mess up your match. Let's run it, triple threat. We're not getting none of that. It's kind of like, nah, you fucked that up. Hold that down. You could see me and Bianca told her, you waited 3 weeks, you could wait 3 more weeks. I thought that was hilarious. That was money.
that was perfect.
And
Now,
then I said what I said.
on the flip side, this program is doing fuck all for Io, and it's not fair to her.
Nah, I can't imagine her. I was trying to think about it. Like, does she walk out as champion? And how,
Does she
like,
even make it to Mania as champion?
now let's say if Rhea does indeed beat Io next week, is it straight? Do we get back to square one?
It's just one on one, according to Pierce. The winner gets Bianca.
That'd be very odd if they played hot potato for 2 weeks until Mania, or a few weeks, I should say.
Both women's titles are in a very fucked off spot right now,
Yeah,
and it's not the talent's fault; it's creative's fault.
yeah.
Well, I don't want to say on both sides because Tiffany's shown that she may not have been ready for this spotlight, especially against the Queen herself.
But that's why it's kind of creative fault because they kind of
Set up for failure
they knew she wasn't ready. They seen it. They ain't put her in a position to have that kind of battle yet. And then the first thing you facing is Charlotte Flair. Like that's like your real first challenge. Cause the Nia Jax shit was like, we knew she was gonna like kind of walk through that rematch. Like
you could have easily gave her Trish.
yeah, that would have been great. Especially again continuity. I mean, the last time, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Prior to that last Trish that we just seen, she was a heel Trish putting over Zoe Starks.
Was she heel?
I believe so. When she was on that Thank You Trish trolling,
Was Lita there, or that the time before then?
that's when she turned on. She was teaming with Lita and somebody else, and she turned on them.
Because they were something called the Besties.
Yeah.
Might have been the same time.
And she gave Zoe Stark like that rub. Oh, this is my next prodigy.
That's right.
And yeah, I mean, so I
There were
thought that you
there were plenty of opportunities for success. It's just they press it. No, she's already got the crowd reaction. She's got one hell of a moonsault. Should be alright.
and then it don't help that Charlotte mentions all that in her promo last Friday where it's like, "Oh, you think you can hang with me because people compare you to me because you have blonde hair and a moonsault?" And she kills it like you'll even be lucky to have a job here when you're my age. She was just like, "Oh my God, like
Just
this is the
running her down.
Charlotte. I hate to say it, this is the Charlotte that I love. You can't tell Charlotte to bring her A game because this is exactly what you're gonna get. And I don't even think you can ask Charlotte to water it down like that.
That was her
It do-
watering it down, believe it or not.
like that's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, it was so crazy. She wasn't even letting. And you know what it gave me vibes of a little bit? Like they were going for the Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle backstage
Right.
kind of thing, and Charlotte ate her up to the point
That
like,
that wasn't even a fair fight.
remember how Bully said on that episode of LFG, he notices ticks. I like to like look at people's ticks, and I felt like looking at Tiffany's like facial expressions, like her lips and her like it looked like she
You know
really
how to,
was.
she knows how to trigger her,
Yeah, she really wasn't equipped for that,
which is further exposing her.
unfortunately. Which I wouldn't even be mad if now Charlotte gets it because she deserves it. As like as legendary as she is, it's not that she needs
She,
it. She just
she's
she
just
once
proven,
again
hey,
outclasses. Yeah.
yeah, there's levels to this, and she's not on the level. Not on the level to be considered a champion. Not even on the queen's level.
Now if this is where wrestling is magic. If Tiffany could somehow captivate us the night of WrestleMania and once again remind us why we should be invested in her, I'll change my opinion right on the spot. Right? Because I want to cheer for her. I want her to be, but I have to see it. It has to
I'm gonna need a
blossom in that
lot of
moment.
convincing,
Yeah, like
like a lot of convincing. Because right
to walk
now,
out as champion. Yeah,
ain't no one doing her any favors.
not at all. Not at all. And I mean, I don't know what could help her if it's a mean streak. I mean, they had her beat Nia Jax in convincing fashion. They had her doing spine busters to Nia Jax,
Here's the
like
problem. They turned her babyface.
sympathetic.
What was wrong with keeping her heel and her and Charlotte having a good old fashioned cat fight? But just fine. So if you watch some of her heel work from like NXT before she got called up, it's night and day with what we've been seeing the last couple weeks.
And I feel like she tried to dig into Tiffy, tried to dig into it a little at the end. They're gonna be running on Tiffy time. I wish there was more of that throughout these last few weeks, months. Like dig more into that. Let us know that. Don't just I don't want to hear it on your so it's Tiffy to or just like whenever you don't know what to say, it's Tiffy to nah, let us know why we're
I think she
running
needs a new
on Tiffy
catchphrase
time. Maybe, bro.
because think about it. I don't know if you noticed, but how many times did she say Tiffy time during her matches? Like every 10 steps.
You don't fucking see CM Punk doing it. It's clobbering time. Like every
You
fuck
don't see Jey
once in
Uso
the
yeeting
fucking
every 2 steps in his matches.
he kind of does sometimes.
Not nowhere near as much as Tiffany does at Tiffy time.
Yeah, nah, it's excessive. It's like, and then it's cringe. Like you said, seeing it so much in the match that when she busted out in the promo, it's like, no,
I'm gonna hear this another 30, 40 times in your match later tonight.
yep. So it kind of waters down the promo for me. Like it feels like you go into the well one too many times. But
And again, Charlotte is exposing you to being a one-trick pony. But
That's why
again,
she's the GOAT.
but
Charlotte's
again,
the GOAT for a reason.
I'm hoping for the best out of that match, but we shall see.
No, but I agree with you. Those women's championships are in a weird spot. I think the Raw Women's Championships in a better spot because that
Not by
whole
much.
not
Not
by
by
much, but
much.
that whole intrigue for me of where we going, because I'm also thinking about, like, to be honest, what could happen with the possibility of Bianca walks out as champion. We got
Okay,
the
so
Jade
well,
Naomi stuff
here's
there.
here's the thing. Like you take Jade and Becky Lynch out of the equation for both titles. After these respective matches, what's next logistically?
Yeah, that's the. I mean, from
And
what it
that's why I
seems
said that.
like, you got Bianca and Rhea. That's looking like they're creating something there. I
No,
don't
no, I'm just saying,
know.
whatever happens between any combination of that three, and whatever happens between Tiffany and Charlotte, you cannot name Beyond or Becky
No, yeah,
Lynch
it's the
or
same
Jade.
carousel.
There's no one left. There's no
It's
one
the
there.
same carousel. Yeah.
I mean, we can be hopeful for certain other women, but it's like, let's be realistic here.
That's my problem with the fucking women's tag team championships. And not only that, the fact that they choose to put heavyweight, like,
Those got to go to
contenders.
NXT. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree, because there should have been no reason why. Like right now,
Put the belts on. No, I mean, she's got a title match tomorrow, but I would say put the belts on Jada Parker and Lola Vice on some two woman power trip type deal. Ain't no one
every
beating them.
everything is so close together over there. Like, why you got the tag team champions competing for singles championships? It just don't make sense. That means that they shouldn't be a tag team. They're dominant. We should only see that in spurts throughout our lifetime, where you have an Undertaker and Kane as champion, Stone
you,
Cold as Triple H.
you keep the tag teams and the division special.
Thank you. That's all I'm asking. Don't just fuck it off and say that the actual tag teams don't matter, and and you're in favor of the big names being tag champions for the sake of whatever. Because I don't know what it does for the division, except hold the belts hostage at times. And even just to go back to my prior statement, the Undertaker Kane, one of the most dominant brothers of destruction. They even had a dope ass rollout where they music, one of the first times we've seen music's blend in WWF history, WWE.
Hmm.
We get corny versions of that shit now. People music blending. It's like fucking just sounds like mumbo, like some jumbo going on. Like
Let's just love Def Rebel.
right, like Jim Johnson used to do shit masterfully, put together very well the blends.
Or fuck it, y'all Megan and them go license some music.
Even Jerry's show was kind of like, it wasn't oh my god, but he found a way to blend them. I was like, okay,
Miz
you
and
know what I'm saying?
Morrison.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, Triple H and Stone Cold. If Triple H would have not got injured, I think they would have showed some promise there with that little two-man power trip. That'd have been like a crazy whoa. And then the roster was so deep. Then you had Undertaker, Rock, like you had other players that could have been heavyweight champion at that time too. So it's not even like, but yeah. Let's move on from the women's division. Get on to the rest of the night. You had Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano.
Gracias.
Man, I mean, I didn't know if this was announced last week, but I was kind of surprised to see this.
So this was supposed to be, I believe, a tag match, and then it
Mm.
ended up being what it was. But me personally, I know it's been getting a lot of heat on the internet, but I actually love that video package.
Yeah, ain't nothing like it was funny. A lot of people need to, stop trying to look for things to point out and be at the
Go
center of attention and say,
if y'all
"Oh,
were offended by that, go roll around in some grass.
yeah." And it, like I told you on the text message, to me, in my eyes, it relates to the story. He was just tangled up with Penta, the LWO. He's been mixed up with luchadors. He asked Dom for some help. Dom gave him a plug number. He went to go see him. He went to the plug out in Mexico. What's the
The
problem?
dark arts of lucha.
What's the problem?
He
If
just ran up on
anything,
the plug.
if anything, the problem should have been was who's the Mr. Miyagi guy. We still don't
Yeah,
know who that guy is. That should have been the problem. But again, though, I want to see what the real payoff for this is because this is definitely entertaining. And I don't know. I mean, like, again,
I'm here for it.
I think it's cool. Like, again, I can't wait. I'm already fantasy booking next year's Rumble. Gable appearing twice. I'm already doing it.
Fuck it.
But I thought they had a dope ass match. I don't know. To me, to be honest, I don't know what was the point of making Dragon Lee look like they really had his mask come off, had him take the
Because Rey
L.
Mysterio ain't doing that job.
Yeah,
Because again, the purpose of taking the mask off someone that's like a spit in the face in front of your family. That is, I have zero respect for you as a wrestler and as a human being.
that's why I'm surprised like they went that route. You know what I mean? And again, Dragon Lee, I was just telling you last week how I felt like he didn't really have a good start off to his main roster career. Then that tag match showed some promise. I think like a week like today kind of takes that a little. He still looked good, but it wasn't that good now. Like,
I think that we're still getting reacclimated to seeing him regularly
hmm
and not the non Latino in LWO.
right. And I don't know, man. It's something about like I just it killed it for me for him seeing his mask come off a little bit. Like I was like,
I anticipate something. I don't think it'd be in that particular spot. I thought it would have been like a roll up situation or something like that, not dangling from the turnbuckle.
yeah, bro. And then I don't know, in true Gable fashion, he went for the ankle lock. So it's like no doubt to me that is Gable. Corey Graves, I don't know Corey Graves. We're gonna have to rewatch the last few weeks of Raw to. But I am interested to know who was that other person. Are they gonna do the double fake going forward? Where like,
We might.
cause that is
Imagine a
also
mania.
interesting.
We get a switcheroo like the Basham brothers back in the day.
How serious do we take Grande Americano? Like,
Not
was
that serious just yet. Just enjoy the vibes for now. Just let's see if there's any signs of longevity first.
Hogan? I mean, I know this was Vince's bullshit, but Hogan was champion as Patriot, right? Or as
That's
whatever
Mr.
the
America.
Mr. America, yeah. Hogan was champion as Mr.
But
America.
but again, we're not comparing Chad Gable to one of the upper echelon main eventers. With all due respect to Gable.
Hmm
Now, again, let's see if this has any legs first, and then we'll reassess this maybe around Mania, the week before Mania. It's okay. Assuming they haven't kind of like finished off just yet, let's just see where it goes.
I mean, another. I'm gonna keep speaking into existence. What another troll situation? What if Chad Gable like be the first, or excuse me, Grande Americano be the first cruiserweight champion?
Now, again, this could be the Conquistadors. Is this Grand Americano 1 or Grand Americano 2?
That is funny.
These are the questions we got to ask eventually.
Nah, you ain't lying though. You are not lying. But yeah, Grande Americano, he picked up the victory, like I said, with an ankle lock over a massless Dragon Lee. CM Punk makes his way out to the ring. I didn't know what was the slot for tonight's Raw, so I kind of like watched surprisingly. The only thing I did know was Cena was gonna be out there again. hearing from CM Punk was kind of a surprise to me. Like I heard his music, I was like, hold on.
It was a little refreshing.
I was like, okay. And yeah, man, he's addressing the actions. He said everything was just business on his end. Roman Reigns and Rollins, their business is personal. He's also reminding them that neither of them had beat him without the other's help.
I brought you into this world. I'll take you out of this world.
Again, man, I'm trying. That's not another Shield reference. I hate to say it. It's a Shield reference.
Now, folks are gonna feel some type of way about this, but how do you feel about his line of "I work with children"?
Thought it was funny.
Because that some saying that's a callback to the brawl out. So,
Oh yeah, it very
should we
did.
expect some bullshit on Wednesday? Because they're just that petty. I say yeah.
Yeah, Edge cuts.
If not there, if not Wednesday, Saturday for sure.
We can expect another Cope promo.
No, I don't think we're getting a rah rah speech because again, remember they may be breaking up FTR.
Man, who's gonna cut the rah rah speech now then? Or is it
Dustin,
straight shot?
it'll be Dustin.
My new friend, my new bud. Man,
But again, he
but
said his piece, left, and then basically said, "Is you guys gonna bother to show up for today? I'll see you guys in London."
yeah, they're doing this contract signing thing on Friday. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of tired of all of these contract signings, to be honest.
No need for it.
Yeah, just announce the fucking match and get on with business, so to speak.
Because again, we're gonna get another pull apart, and then yeah,
I think I don't know. It's just funny how Punk kind of like he's talking about them separate, but making it seem like they both doing the same thing. Like, oh, they're too good to not be here. Both of y'all better fuel up y'all jets, cause I'm gonna be. It's kind of like maybe hinted to something for me, cause I feel like again that's something that would shock people. Roman kind of. What if him hitting Seth Rollins or this triple threat match after this triple threat match, that's his get back, right? The triple threat match is right around the corner. WrestleMania 3 weeks. Or do you feel like he still needs a one-on-one with Seth?
he has to have one on one with Seth.
Okay.
At least in my opinion.
I wonder why they chose to go this route with a triple threat, or if they just saw the
To,
opportunity
to
to
add
just,
to add more hype to Mania. Nothing more.
yeah, that's where I was at with it. But then that, I mean, that was it with that promo. Really, like CM Punk showed up, cut his promo.
Said his piece and left.
Yeah, we get on to the main event of the evening. Braun Breaker versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. I forgot to mention it earlier. Dom is still trying to actively recruit Penta to the Judgment Day.
Telling him make the right decision
Tell him you could be an Intercontinental Champion as soon as
right
tonight,
now.
right now. So think about it. So we get on to that match. I feel like it didn't take much before we see, you know, Dominic and Carlito out there.
It was almost instantly, to be honest.
Yeah. Like I feel like just them being out there at that moment in time kind of distracted from what should have been,
It because this could have been a moment. This took away from it.
yeah, Pence's first chance at a title.
His first main event. The first time these two guys are locking horns.
There's a lot of firsts right here. And it just felt a little distracted now.
And again,
I
again,
know.
the match is still fine. Again, these two have solid chemistry. They're both were a little wiry this go around, probably because the crowd was just ready to go. But I mean, had Judgment not been there, I think the match could have been a lot better. That's just my opinion, because or it would have got a better reception, a greater appreciation.
Yeah, I thought they should have just maybe waited to the end to do that. Like I felt like they showed up a little too soon in the match.
So hypothetically, say Carlito and Dom don't come out. Instead, towards the end of the show, we see Finn come out well in the chair instead, and that's it. And then Dom and Carlito come out.
That'd have been a different twist on things too, cause we seen Finn kinda on the side of not wanting Penta to join,
No new
and
members, period.
no new members, period, and because Penta want to go for the same championship he's going for. So that would have been a spin on things. I thought it was interesting how once the match concluded, once the disqualification happened, um Dominic interfering, once Penta decides to throw the chair and kick Dom, Finn has this face like, oh man, I fucking knew it.
Like I told you, stupid ass. Once again, you fucked up. Now I gotta cook your ass on the plane to the next city.
Again,
So again, so instead of a multi-person match, what if we get Finn versus Dom at Mania? Would not be opposed to that.
nah, I think they're gonna slow stroke that.
Slow stroke. Hell, we've been going on this ride for a few months now,
Yeah, they waited a whole year for Finn versus Damian Priest.
and look where that got us. That was dog shit.
Yeah,
But it seems like they're loading up these last couple European shows until they go back to Europe in August.
I mean, like I said, for me personally, I don't know. It's been something weird about these shows that's been very. It felt mid card heavy, but they've gave us some good moments.
My issue was trying to elevate certain stories. The way this crowd is, because they're hardly there, they weren't gonna give a damn who you wanted to cheer and boo. They're just there for the vibe.
Yeah,
So it defeats the purpose what you're trying to do.
pretty much. Again, kind of like the Bianca situation where you mentioned it, like she's standing tall with the championship. Now, presumably, she's supposed to be kind of like babyface in the situation. We feel otherwise, but there hasn't
Or
been
like with
any
Cena at the
other.
start of the show where he's supposed to be booed the whole time. He's still getting cheers because hey, it's Cena. Look at Cena.
Hmm. Where in that situation, an American crowd would have been going crazy. Like some overseas crowds, depending where you're going, but some of these overseas crowds seem like they just had, like you said, for the vibe. They happy to be there, cheer, boo, whatever. But I think had Cena cut that promo maybe in a real wrestling city in America, maybe like New York, Chicago,
Like I said,
Philly.
like I said, was Cena's first promo. Could you imagine if that was at the ECW Arena or if that was at the Garden, at TD Garden in Boston, somewhere in
Oh man,
Chicago, and you're hearing boos all across the tri-state areas?
yeah. Instead, you just had a bunch of confused. Some people were chanting like "fuck you, Cena" and stuff like. But I felt
Well,
like it was kind of like low. Like some of it was high. It varied. To be, it just felt like confusion at first though. Like people just listening, trying to like gauge. We already knew off the rip. Like, and I think they attempted his first promo. They attempted to give him the heat. Like he was sitting there listening, put the play. They was playing into it, but I think it would have been crazier here, to be honest. But again, the last few shows, like tonight, we ended with the IC title main eventing. It had good intentions. Like you're putting these guys on the main event, but the way it finishing is like, does it gotta finish like this just for us to set up?
Something
Uh,
else.
yeah,
Now, if you're set up
like
for Mania, is one thing, but I don't think they're going that far. I think we're gonna get multiple things out of this.
yeah, I'm not sure where we go with that, what we get, but that was pretty much tonight's Monday Night Raw. Chat, y'all let us know how y'all felt about that. For me personally, last 2 weeks,
Thumbs in the
the
middle.
yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, if you take Cena's promo off of this show, these shows aren't that good. I said it. That's been the only thing.
The
And
stuff with
also
Jay and Gunther has gotten better, especially with the inclusion of Jimmy. But still, it's like for a 2.5 hour show, it's not helping that much.
and to think that really call it 2 hours because last 2 weeks Cena took up the first half an hour of both shows. Damn
Hmm.
near.
So in the last 5 hours, he's had a whole hour to himself.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's what made it more work. I mean, there's nothing else that they could have really put out there. You don't want to risk injury to your top stars, but they doing it with Jay. I mean, like it's like a give and take. Like I think they could have. I don't know what's going on with the War Raiders. They haven't really had them out there like that. I feel like I've seen the New Day in the backstage segment. They haven't really been used. They could probably threw them out there. But again, it's still gonna feel underwhelming when we keep saying that these rosters are so loaded, but we just getting weird matchups. Like to be honest, we got Gunther versus Akira Tozawa a few weeks ago. I think the better one was the Axiom one because he was from Spain, so he got the real hometown rub. But the Tozawa one, he put up a good effort, but it felt random, weird.
Yeah.
Like so, I mean, I don't know. It's been a weird Braun Breaker too. I said it too. How you felt about his promo before he had his match when he was outside? Like I think he needs to tap into that extra gear, bro. I said that
Yeah.
last week.
Seems a little
Hmm.
gun shy. Like we
It
know
seems
that nastiness is there.
yeah, it seems a little bit like he don't know what to say a bit, and like you saying, like he's holding back. Just let it go, brother. Let it fly.
A wise man once said it's easier to apologize than ask for permission.
Cause he's entering that territory where when all fails, go to the bark and pander to the crowd. I
Like
just
you
want to
said,
see,
sometimes you gotta just charge with the game.
yeah, I want to see more for him if that's what we got in store. You know what I'm saying? But chat, look, don't forget to show us some love right there. We got our Twitter handles up right there. Go follow us on Twitter for more news, information, everything we got for y'all. We even be in the conversations. You feel me? So tap in with us. Let's show y'all this imagery right here before we get out of here. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you look at that handkerchief right there in Paul Heyman's pocket, I thought that was kind of colorful.
It's about three, maybe four different colors.
Yeah, now it's still in that red tone, but I felt like the last time he pulled this off, the red was more solid, like solos, like definitive. I didn't know if this was something to watch for, or he just had a fashionable day that day.
I mean, the wise man's always dripped out. We know this.
You feel me? So this right here, I was like, okay. But shout out to you, man. Paul Heyman's a legend, like untouched.
He ain't a Hall
It's
of Famer for
crazy.
shits and giggles.
It's crazy. I think that's also something that I don't hear people talk about it enough. Like I know he's always giving the flowers, but like in the Hall of Fame right now, active, still like Yeah, yeah. This is Hall of Fame work we seeing. Yeah,
and not many have stayed active since they've been
right,
inducted, aside from maybe Ray.
right. Yeah, and he's active, active. Like you said, like Ray on the road. Almost not every week, but like I mean, there's been shit. There was even when Roman was out, he was out there with Solo every week for a few weeks. So,
I think they lost the script. We got some shooters.
chat, y'all do us that love. Y'all pull up, support, hit them likes, hit them follows, hit the subscribe. Also, drop the comments. It helps for the algorithm. Anything to make the channel go up is greatly appreciated. And we shall be back Thursday. Not Thursday, Friday. I'm not sure what time they come on Friday. I think they lost the script. Yes, sir.
They certainly did.
I think they come on at 4 p.m. on Friday, maybe 3 p.m. So we'll be around the same time, nighttime. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. If you want to catch it early, you know what I'm saying? Y'all take yourself a little trip, man. No.
Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters.